y'all, listen. Happy Thursday. I can't believe it's Thursday already, but happy Thursday. Welcome into the building. Okay, it's Thursday night trending topics. I'm trying to fix my clothes here. It's Thursday night trending topics, and we got stuff to talk about, okay? I put flowers to felonies. Flowers to felonies. Listen, tonight I found a nice, cute story I really wanted to share. And it is a New York City man. He works in the city and he works for floral shops where he delivers, the flowers or the plants to whoever. And as part of his delivery, since he didn't have a car, he would always have to get on the subway or the train or wherever to go make his delivery. And he said while he was making his delivery, people will always say, oh my God, where can I get that? Can I buy that from you? Can I get this? Can I get that? So now what he does is when he works for the different floral shops so that, he could deliver for them, he told them instead of paying him money, pay him in flowers. So they pay him in flowers. Okay. Oh, thank you, Sandy. I appreciate you. So he pays them in flowers. And so they pay him in flowers. And so he says he goes on the subway and he sells the flowers and he makes anywhere from $200 to $300 in one night. He better go ahead. Listen, sometimes you got to get creative. So he got a whole floral shop on the train and he making good money. And he says sometimes he just sees somebody who really needs some love and he'll just give it to them for free. I want to go meet him. I'm going to start to do, I am looking for in Jersey, where I live. I'm looking for a videographer because I'm going to go do some street news. Y'all want to see Diva go on the streets? I'm going to try to go on the street for a couple of segments before this year ends. I'm going to go on the streets and I would love to go meet him because he seems like just a good person, a nice soul. I would really love to go meet him. Thank you. So I would love to go meet him. So now our next story is where we have this mother, her son was being bullied. And listen, shout out to all the moms. I get it. You want to protect your kids. And I'm not mad at you. Because who doesn't want to protect their kid? But what you can't do is, as a mother, you can't go beating up somebody else's kid. That's not legal. So the son was being bullied. She got sick of it. So she gets on the school bus with her other son and her daughter. And they get the welling on the kid that was bullying her son. Now she got arrested. Her two kids got charges coming against them. So at the end of the day, boo-boo, what did you solve? She ain't solved nothing. And now you got your other two kids in trouble. It's a mess. It's a hot, stinking mess. And then the kid, I think, was only 11. Or he was 11 or something like that. He was young. And he suffered, I think his nose got fractured. He got a little black eye, something like that. It ain't good. It's not good. Sandy Chance, you got to join the panel one day. Y'all just click on the link. We friendly. We cool. We let the people have their opinion. And then, listen, I don't know this guy. His name is called Big U. So Big U got arrested. They saying out there in LA, he was part of the Crips. He got arrested and he want to blame the internet. He's saying that some of us on the internet, he blaming Whack 100 and he blaming us that are liking posts and all that. Dude, we don't do that. He trying to say what they say he did. Yeah, he going down. He trying to say what they say he did, he didn't do. But the person who is no longer alive somehow Big U's allegedly DNA was under the fingernails. But Big U said it ain't him. Listen, it's a lot. It's a whole lot. But I tell you one thing, the people get on this YouTube and they like to run their mouth. And then the feds be watching. And the next thing you know, you locked up, you hemmed up. And listen, they got him on some Diddy charges. Oh, he was Nipsey Hussle's manager. Well, listen, they got him on some Diddy charges. They got him on RICO charges. They got him on taking people life charges. They got him. It's a mess. But we're going to talk about it. So listen, people, tonight is Flowers to Felonies. We got stuff to talk about. Yeah, oh, see, I didn't know that, Sandy, but that's what I heard too. I will say this. It's not looking good for him. He did turn himself in, but he mad. He mad at the people on the internet. So listen, guys, we got, you know what time it is. I need a what? I need a choo-choo. All aboard, everybody. It is Thursday night trending topics, and we got stuff to talk about. The title is called Flowers to Felonies. We got the New York City man selling his plants on the subway. I love it. A legal hustle. So you know what? Too many people in these streets, they want to do stuff the illegal way, and then when it catches up to them, they want to talk about what you talk about. It wasn't me. I'll work 7 jobs before I rob, steal, and cheat. No, I don't want to go to jail. And I told you that all here over here all the time. No, jail and me will not work. I went one time, because y'all all know I'm a nurse. I went one time to be a nurse at the jail. If you from New Jersey, it was Wrong Way Prison. And when I got there, I said, this ain't for me. No. They was like, sometimes you got shine a flashlight in their mouth to make sure they swallow the meds, because they'll hold it in their mouth and then go sell it to an inmate. No. I'm good. This is somebody else's ministry, but it ain't Divas. I will not be a nurse up in the prison. No, I'm not. That's not what it is. I wasn't built for that. You got to know what you built for in life too. But I need a what, y'all? I see my choo-choo. I'm about to bring the people on in the building. Hey, in my opinion.
Hey, Diva, choo-choo.
Choo. Hey, Wayne. Hey, Katrina.
I'm here. Hey.
Hey.
I'm multitasking.
You multitasking. I ain't mad at you. Do what you got to do, but I'm glad you're on the train ride tonight. Listen, people, we got stuff to talk about. And first, you know what? I'm gonna do this LA Crips, Big U, because I got scared when I was listening to this thing. I was like, see, this is too much. Let me share screen first, and let me go. Somebody's okay, wait, let me see. I'm trying to share screen. Hold on.
Beginning of March, the beginning of April.
Got you.
Or sorry.
I'm gonna sit back and watch the show. I don't give
And they basically gonna put his case and Nipsey Hussle case together. Yes. The same person that the DNA that the lawyer for Nipsey Hussle is gonna be doing my brother case too.
You mean the DA?
Yeah.
Yeah.
District attorney. Oh, okay. When did the test come back? When did the DNA come back?
It came back 2 months ago.
And they still ain't arrested the nigga?
Well, they told me between me and you, please, between me and you, don't tell nobody, because they don't want nobody to know. They're going to be making an arrest the ending of March, the beginning of April.
Got you. I'm gonna sit back and watch the show. I don't give
And they basically gonna put his case and Nipsey Hussle case together. Yes. The same person that the DNA the lawyer for Nipsey Hussle is going to be doing my brother's case too.
You mean the DA?
Yeah.
Yeah.
District Attorney. Oh, okay.
See,
When did the
you know what the problem is with this too? Everybody wants to sell, record people, which is so messy. You can't even trust anybody now because they're recording you without you even knowing. So he recorded her, messy boots. Okay, let me play him talking. I don't know, my computer's being so slow today.
Whack, loose cannon, 600, and this internet stuff. All of y'all fired. All y'all who be sending shit around the internet, all y'all who be promoting and listening to what these niggas saying, all y'all giving these likes and hidden likes, all y'all supporting this. All y'all guilty of this fuck shit. If you had something against a black man, you should handle it with a black man in the streets. Wack said 100 times he was gonna take my contracts. He working with the FBI. The FBI. So this is gonna probably be my last video. I'm gonna go turn myself in to see what's going on. They talking about I'm a fugitive. So they just raided all my houses. 600 was actually with the police when they raided my house. He's actually got video and footage of it. So y'all know what y'all dealing with. And I just want to say this to y'all. When they raided my houses and my property, they was asking about Whack. Whack, loose cannon, 600, and this internet stuff. All of y'all fired. All y'all who be sending shit around the internet, all y'all who be promoting and listening to what these niggas saying, all y'all giving these likes and hidden likes, all y'all supporting this. All y'all guilty of this fuck shit. If you had something against a black man, you should handle it with a black man in the streets. Wack said 100 times he was gonna take my contracts. He working with the FBI. The FBI.
The FBI says Henley headed up the local Crips gang for decades. And investigators say that he painted himself as an entertainment executive who's been giving back to the community with various charities, but they say Henley is a violent criminal. A woman who knew him says that he has had a positive impact on the
breaking news just coming into our newsroom. 2 fugitives.
So hold on one second. Congratulations, Claire. Said something about being a grandma there. So let's do this. He mad at the internet, but he need to be mad at himself.
News just coming into our newsroom. 2 fugitives wanted by the FBI, including a longtime accused LA gang leader, now in custody tonight.
Let's get right to Mark Robles, who joins us now with new developments live in the newsroom. Mark?
Yeah, David and Ellen, good evening. We've been following this story throughout the day. Federal officers arrested more than a dozen members tied to the gang known as the Rollin' 60s neighborhood Crips, though its leader was on the run. Well, within the last 20 minutes, the FBI announcing that man, Eugene Henley Jr., a.k.a. Big U, is now in custody. We have just learned new details that Henley turned himself in. Earlier, Air 7 was overhead as some of the alleged gang members were being processed at the FBI's LA field office. 19 were indicted. The FBI says Henley headed up the local Crips gang for decades. And investigators say that he painted himself as an entertainment executive who's been giving back to the community with various charities, but they say Henley is a violent criminal. A woman who knew him says that he has had a positive impact on the community.
He was incredible, whether it was a 7-year-old child or a 50-year-old former gang member coming out of incarceration. His ability to communicate and relate was excellent. If these charges are true, because they're still allegations, they are not a done deal. They're allegations. If they're true, then Eugene Henley was somebody who presented two faces to this world.
Charges in this gang bust range from racketeering to murder. A second fugitive the FBI was looking for was also apprehended. The FBI says Henley is from the Hyde Park area of South LA. If convicted, he would face a max sentence of life in federal prison. We are told that he should be in court tomorrow. Live in the newsroom, Mark Robles, ABC 7 Eyewitness News. David, back to you.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Get more great ABC7 content by clicking the subscribe button for our YouTube channel and download the ABC7 Los Angeles streaming app on Fire TV, Android TV, Apple TV, and Roku to watch on your TV.
Well, in my opinion, your thoughts?
When he was figuring out the dates that was gonna happen, he already knew ahead of time. You know what? It's the dumbest thing in the world. These people get up there and they love to talk and love to showboat and tell what they done did, and then you get mad when you get clanked up. I don't feel no sympathy for you. Have fun. Tell Dwayne Keefe when you get in there, I'm with you, bro.
Listen, he did I freeze?
No. Not on my end,
Yeah.
you didn't.
No, she froze though.
I did.
I can hear her, but she froze.
Okay, well, as long as you can still hear me, I did freeze. I'm gonna go out and probably try to come back in, and hopefully that'll work out better. Katrina, your thoughts?
You do dirt, you get dirt. You playing around. You want everybody to believe that you this good person, which I'm not saying you're not, but the things you're doing, you're not good. But you got this persona, had the whole neighborhood, the whole thing, having people thinking that you was this good guy out here taking care of the neighborhood and whatsoever. All the time you was a devil in sheep clothing. All of them need to be caught. I mean, all of them. But if he got money and he get caught up, Trump will get him out. That's all I got.
Yeah. Wayne, your thoughts?
You know, you get these people like, that's obviously, I won't say obviously, but if he was in the gang and the Crips in the blood and everybody knows, these weren't good groups. And, they are known for unaliving people. Okay. So because you didn't start doing some things for the community, you helping out people, it looks really, really good. But that doesn't take away the fact that you unalive somebody, or you had something to do with somebody, you ordered it or whatever. And in their mind, I guess when they're in gangs, in their mind, I guess they think they're doing the right thing, whether it's taking out another gang member or an initiation to take out somebody else. Okay, so you get a little older. They said he'd been the leader of the gang for a long time, right? So he's probably got maybe a little wiser, learned a little something, right? But it does not erase the fact that if you cause harm to somebody intentionally, you unalive somebody intentionally, I don't care what you do. You could cure cancer. But if you, in your heyday, and you cause the lives of innocent people, then you need to be in jail with the rest of them. Ask the Lord for forgiveness and go on and serve your time. If it's life, just keep on asking for forgiveness because you're in the right place. I'm done.
It reminds me of, it's like you said, Wayne, just because you're giving out turkeys at Thanksgiving in the hood, it doesn't negate the fact that maybe you was selling drugs and took 1,000 lives, but now you want to give out some turkeys. So yeah, it's very sad. Let me just share screen. Let's see if my screen is working. I'm gonna share screen. Just to give a little more information. My screen was acting up, so I couldn't do it before. So LA Crips leader and music exec Big U arrested by the feds for a slew of mafia-like crimes, including human trafficking. A music bigwig who helped launch Nipsey Hussle's career, was lauded as rap's godfather, has been accused of running a mafia-like criminal enterprise, including murder, human trafficking, robbery, and extortion on the streets of LA. Eugene Henley Jr., known as Big U in the entertainment world, was one of 18 members of Rolling 60s neighborhood Crips street gang charged in a sprawling federal racketeering complaint, the U.S. Attorney's Office said on Wednesday. Henley has maintained the image of an entertainment industry entrepreneur running a music label, of somebody who gives back to the community here in Los Angeles. U.S. Attorney Joseph T. McNally said while announcing the indictment, the facts alleged in the complaint paint a very different picture. It's one of murder, a thief, a liar, and a cheat, and the criminals that enabled him. The 58-year-old alleged longtime leader of the notorious Crips gang is accused of running a vast criminal operation dubbed the Big U Enterprise, like a mob boss, the complaint charges. Henley, who turned himself in late Wednesday after initially being listed by the feds as a fugitive, posted a video on Instagram before his surrender, slamming the charges as bullcrap and straight trash. He is suspected of being behind the 2021 slaying of aspiring rapper Rayshawn Williams, who was signed to his recording company, Unique Music, the Fed said. Williams was allegedly shot and killed by Henley after the budding rapper recorded a diss track about him at a Las Vegas studio, prosecutors said. The victim's body was later found dumped in a ditch off Interstate 15 in the Nevada desert. Henley also allegedly used his stature and long-standing association with the Rolling 60s and other street gangs to intimidate businesses and high-profile individuals dating back to 2010, according to prosecutors. That, I guess, is his mugshot. Okay. Not only did the enterprise expand its power through violence, fear, and intimidation, but it also used social media platforms, documentaries, podcasts, interviews, and Henley's reputation and status as an OG, original gangster, to create fame for and stoke fear of the Big U Enterprise, its members, and its associates, prosecutor says. As a partner of his apparent grip on the City of Angels, Henley ordered rap artists, athletes, and other visitors to check in with him and pay a fee before arriving to LA to receive protection. Oh my goodness. Henley, who boasts more than 30,000 Instagram followers, also fronted the enterprise while portraying himself as an anti-gang activist, the Fed said. He allegedly embezzled donations to Developing Options, an anti-gang charity he founded that prosecutors say he used as a front for the criminal operation. Through the charity, he allegedly embezzled large donations from celebrities and NBA stars, including Draymond Green and Lakers legend Shaquille O'Neal, into his personal bank account, the complaint states. The nonprofit is primarily funded by the LA's mayor office and receives a chunk of federal funding, prosecutors said. Whoo, child. Henley allegedly duped the county of Los Angeles by running a charitable organization that promoted anti-gang solutions while continuing criminal activity that was directly contrary to his charity, said federal special agent in charge Tyler Hatcher. He also suspected of submitting at one point a fraudulent application for a COVID-19 pandemic relief loan for Unique Music. Henley, for his part, ripped prosecutors in an Instagram video late Wednesday, accusing them of targeting a black man for helping out the community. In a 2021 hip-hop uncovered docuseries that he helped produce, Henley detailed how he rose through the ranks of the notorious street gang in the 80s before he was nabbed for a robbery in 1991 and served 13 years in prison. He said he started his charity soon after he was cut loose in 2004. Henley then delved into the entertainment world after being introduced to Nisek and went on to discover Nipsey Hussle, according to the documentary. In the series, rapper Wiz Khalifa said he didn't know anyone who has actually touched as many superstars as Henley. If I was to describe Big U's role in rap, he would definitely be the godfather, Khalifa said in the doc. Can't do nothing without consulting him. He's the only guy who does moves how he moves, okay? Among the others charged in this foreign complaint are Henley alleged right-hand man, Sylvester V. Robinson, 59, and his trusted lieutenant, Mark Bearcroft, Martin, 50. All three are accused of violating the Racketeering Influence and Corrupt Organizations Act, the Fed says. If convicted, Henry would face a max sentence of life in federal prison. Goody my. Okay. How did it take this long to lock him up? You know, probably, well, you know, with all of these things, you gotta collect a lot of information. And they probably for years was watching him and collecting information. And he's, you know, if you ask me, he's a scary guy. That's a lot going on there. I gotta consult you before I come to LA, and then I gotta pay you. That's crazy. Now, anybody else want to add anything before I
But
move?
the same thing. Yeah, I do.
Go ahead.
Even though they got all those allegations on him like that, right? The
Uh-huh.
racketeering, the unaliving, he helped in the neighborhood. Now think about the other case, the YSL case, and every last one of them all. So even though they got that evidence, they got to prove it. Even though everything was there, they still had to prove it. And every last one of them guys walked, I think, except for two. I think two was only two left in there. And they was terrorizing Atlanta. But he was also doing good things, like what Wayne said. They do things, but that negate how you treat the people. And we'll see how it goes, because these folks be getting off. How they be getting off? I guess money talk. But that's the same thing with the YSL case.
Well, we shall see. That's a lot of stuff. But you know, the difference here is when you charge with RICO, it is supposed to be like an enterprise, not just you. At least in this particular case, they did can you just mute yourself, Katrina? They did arrest other people, but they charging Diddy with RICO, but where are the other arrests? Where's the enterprise? Because Christina
Exactly.
said she don't know nothing, she ain't hear nothing, she ain't see nothing. So obviously when she go to testify, what is she going to say? Because she's saying she ain't seen nothing. So they ain't going to get no corroboration out of her. So it's going to be
another
yeah. Huh?
I said, I guess she going to be another Woody.
Child,
Woody didn't
listen.
see Nan. He don't know Nan. He was playing basketball, and they was messing with him while he was playing basketball. He ain't see nothing. So maybe she going to be like Woody.
She better stick to her story and don't deviate from it.
That ain't gonna help her.
This mother got arrested because her son was being bullied. She got sick of it, and she got on the bus, the school bus, which was a no-no in and of itself also. And she got on that bus with the other son and her daughter, and they got the welling on the kid. It's a hot mess. Let me see. So Indiana mother punches on the bus, go round and round. Woman arrested for attacking a kid on a school bus. Now I'll show the video when I could bring it back up here.
What? Oh shit! Wait, bitch! Stop jumping him! Wait, don't jump him! Why y'all jumping him? Beat his hat! Beat his hat! Beat his hat! You want to put your hands on my motherfucker? You want to make somebody else? You want somebody else? You don't care about my family, right? You don't care? Huh? You don't care? It was being racist to me! Oh, God! You don't put your hands on my motherfucker, bro! You got him fucked up! Do you understand me? If I gotta come get back on this bus, I'll kill you. Don't touch me again, motherfucker. Bitch ass. Alright, that. Type shit. Type shit. Type shit.
With Mochi Health. Let me see. Okay. So a woman in Indiana was arrested after she and her two kids allegedly beat up a student, and the fight was seemingly caught on shocking video. Latia Hintz, a 36-year-old mother, and her teenage son and daughter are accused of hopping on a school bus to throw hands on an 8th grade student they claim was bullying the son. The clip, the 3 people in the video identified by local outlets as Hintz, her 17-year-old daughter, and her 13-year-old son. throw punch after punch. Well, let's take a quick listen. Hold on.
Going on as long as kids have been going to fights on school buses. It's been going on as long as kids have been going to school.
Never had one.
Never?
No, I don't even remember one.
Did you see one?
I never saw one. And I took the school.
What?
Yeah, never saw one.
Oh, you kids in Reseda.
No, this was in the Borscht Belt.
Well, there you go. Well-behaved kids down there. Well, an Indiana mom actually ended up getting into a fight on a school bus, and she's actually been arrested for what you are seeing here. The kid standing up with the hoodie, that's the student, and then the woman in the gray sweater comes in and really, those are some, oof.
I mean, it's brutal.
Yes, she's a 36-year-old. Her name is Latia Hentz, and she was arrested today in Indiana for this fight. Now, she says that she had a very good reason to get on that bus. She stopped when the school bus stopped. She got on, and the bus driver told her, "You can't be on here." And she said, "No, that kid's been bullying my son," and then went to work.
See, here's the problem. If the kid was not bullying at the time.
Well, I think the kid that at the beginning of the fight, it's actually her son that's getting beat up there. And she steps in.
You know, it's an interesting thing that you're allowed to use the defense of another in most states, but you can only use it proportionate to the harm that's being caused.
Right.
And even if she had a right to do something at the beginning, to go that far, she's gonna have some problems.
Well, we know she didn't have a right to do anything because the bus driver told her parents are not allowed to be on this bus. But she was so gung-ho on getting this revenge for her child that she said, "I don't care, call the cops on me because I'm going to do what I have to do." Just totally unacceptable. These are 13 and 14-year-old kids. The victim that in this, that person's mom says that they were actually being bullied as well, saying that the child is of Hispanic descent and had been getting bullied. People were making jokes about ICE detainments towards him. So this whole situation is messy. But for the moms,
do we know what happened to the kid who was beaten?
we know that his nose was fractured and that his left eye was bruised. So he did have some visible physical sustained injuries from this beating of the three family members of this other young boy.
Okay, I can already tell you. Mom gets sued, school district gets sued, bus company, if there's a separate one, gets sued. I mean, I just see it.
I feel like you might be 3 for 3 now today. Man, judge and jury.
I just see it.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Howard and I'm from Montreal.
So I said that part. We watched the clip. It's pretty shocking clip, and many students on board are begging the three to let the kid go, though they don't leave until they landed quite a few punches. According to local reports, the mother told the cops the student had been bullying her son for weeks, but the school wouldn't do anything to stop it. The day before this went down in early March, she says he slapped her son. Police say the kid who was beaten up went to the hospital for treatment, where it was determined his nose was fractured and his left eye was bruised and swollen. The mother was reportedly charged with multiple felonies, including criminal confinement, battery resulting in moderate injury, intimidation, and criminal trespass. The children are also facing undisclosed charges. They reached out to the mother, but no word back. This is dreadful all the way around. In my opinion, your thoughts?
This is sad. This is real sad. I don't know what kind of world we living in when parents feel like they got the right to put their hand on somebody else's kid. Ma'am, I'm gonna need you to go have several seats. Okay, because you just can't put your hands on nobody else's kid. The right thing to do was you should have been talking to their parents. If the school didn't do nothing, you should have sat down with his parents or told the school, I need a parent, a teacher, a parent conference with the other side parents or something. Filed your police report if you had to. Go to the school board. But you don't get on the bus and fight nobody else's kid. This is so low down and wrong. I don't know where they find these people no more. I really don't. Every time I see this stuff, I just shake my head and wondering where we went wrong.
Not only that, though, she not only got on the bus, she brought her 2 other kids. And now your 2 other kids are getting charges. She made a mess out of a mess. It's sad. Katrina, your thoughts?
That'll teach him. But if you getting bullied, why would you want to bully somebody else? I am so sick. I hear what, in my opinion, saying. Did she go through those steps first? If you went through those steps first, and if you ain't get no resolution, I can see you getting. I mean, I can see you confronting this child, because who want their child to keep getting bullied and beat up or whatever? Half of the time, when they don't understand, when these kids get bullied like that, they come in these schools with these pow-pows and take and unalive a lot of kids that's in the schools. The bullying also causes more conflictions on other children that has nothing to do with the situation that's going on. They get bullied, they feel like they got low self-esteem and all this, and then something else happened, because you already know, Diva, that's what half of them do. They sit at home, they think, they make out a list on who they're going to go to the school and unalive with pow-pows. So the bullying needs to stop. And no, she didn't have no right to put her hand on that child, but that child had no right to put their hands on my child. But I would have took the steps first and did everything I was supposed to do first. And then if that didn't happen, then something would have to give. I mean, maybe she should have let the other children fight, and she shouldn't have jumped in or whatsoever, because it was all school age. But the thing of it is, the one thing about it, the bus driver should have never opened the door when he seen her trying to get on. He should have shot the door.
That part.
He should have shut the door. Like I said, he allowed her to get on that bus. Kids, I mean, these people are getting tired of people putting their hands on their children. I mean, you bullying my child. A lot of kids unalive themselves from being bullied. They really need to stop. And I know children do this whatsoever, because I used to fight all the time when I was in school. I used to do it for sport though. But what I'm saying is, it's sad. In those days, we could walk away. Nowadays, these kids don't let you walk away. That could be your last hit, because most time they don't fight with knuckles up or fists. They fight with weapons. And the thing of it, like I said, I blame the school bus driver for allowing her to get on. I blame the mom in some ways, because she shouldn't have went on that bus with messing with somebody else's child unless she went through the steps. And we don't know the whole full thing if she did that or not. But it's sad on all parts. It's just totally sad. And Diva, just keep us informed with this story. That's all I got.
Well, listen, I'll say this. In my opinion, she was wrong as 2 left feet. Not only did you get on this bus, but you brought your 2 other children on the bus too. Her judgment was bad all the way around. All the way around. You got on this bus and you had your 2 children get on the bus with you. Now you all got charges. Wayne, your thoughts?
You know, just taking away the fact that the kid was a bully, but he was a kid, 11 years old, regardless of what that kid did. The scary thing about this, here they go down there. Anything could happen. They could have landed the punch in the wrong place. The kid could have fell, slipped, hit his head or something. I'm talking about really serious. Maybe even cause his unaliving. And the reason I said the scary part about it is that if something like that happened, look how many lives down the drain. She definitely going to jail. Something's gonna probably happen with their children, with their children, or maybe they'll just hold her responsible. But you should never, when it comes to kids, I don't care if they bully your child or whatever. Like Katrina said, go through the process, report it, go to the schools. You know, suing this woman, what they gonna get? You can't get blood from a turnip. This woman ain't got no money. It's just a lawsuit. Maybe the school. But to me, the scariest thing is that somebody could have got seriously hurt. And then I'm quite sure, you know, they were saying hindsight is 20/20 vision.
Mm-hmm.
I think I told y'all a story about a lady I used to go to church, and her daughter came home one day and said that this man, a guy slapped her at the bus stop. They both went up there to the bus stop. The mama stabbed the man. And guess what? It was the wrong man. He was unalived. Didn't do nothing.
Mm.
And the last I heard, they was in prison. And this happened several years ago. So you see, just one time you call yourself, you're going to handle it.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're handling something in prison. It just doesn't work out. When you put your hands on a child, I don't care how bad that child is or whatever they did, if they weren't doing something life-threatening to you, for you to defend yourself, this wasn't defense. This was a jump. This was premeditated. So if somebody had been unalive, they're going to say, well, you knew what you were doing. You went there to cause bodily harm to somebody, and you did.
Mm.
So, you know, these people, you have to think twice. You get in your feelings, get all upset, and let anger take over. You don't just destroy your life. You taking other people with you. And what I mean like that, she's taking her children. If she's married, she's taking her husband. If she got parents, she's taking them. They all gonna live their hell because of you. And they know they gotta walk around, oh, it was your daughter who unalived this person. You know? So nobody wins. Nobody wins. All that was for nothing. I'm done.
All of that was for nothing. Thank you, Wayne.
Can I
Felicia.
say something real quick before you go to Felicia? I
Yes.
read in the chat, and they said that she did take the steps, and her child was still getting bullied. And I get what you're saying, Wayne, but I have seen a lot of kids that been bullied that unalived themselves. I mean, I get what you're saying. Like I said, the thing that I don't understand, the lady, the bus driver should never let her on the bus. That was the thing right there. But you keep picking with my child.
Well, she
And
told
I
her she
went
couldn't
to,
get on the bus, and she got on it anyway. So, you know,
but
was the
listen,
bus driver
she
gonna
should have
fight
never
her?
opened. No, she should have never opened the door. What I'm saying is, you keep picking with my child. You don't know how my child's gonna take this. I mean, it's sad on both ends.
But Katrina, let me throw this in there. Then I'm gonna let Felicia in the conversation. Then we'll continue. Let me throw this in there. Then maybe you got to take your kid out that school. And your kid got to go to another school.
But if they're in that district, won't they get in trouble if they take their child out there?
Now she's screwed, because now you got a whole case. Now you got to pay for a lawyer. So you should have just found a way to find some money to maybe send that kid to a Catholic school or a private school or some other school. Because listen, they say you're going to pay either way. So now she paying. She paying because she got to get a lawyer for her and her 2 kids. And you can't tell me, or you know what? She would have even been better off. Don't have your kid on that school bus. There's a way, but the way she did it is not good. Everybody, Sandy, listen, here's the thing. I get it. Everybody can't easily put their kid in another school. Well, was she going to jail now? Was she going to jail now? So you know, we all think, here's the thing. This is me personally, but if you really sit down and you do a budget and you find out where you're spending your money, sometimes we spending our money on some little stuff, and that little stuff adds up to $50 to $100 a week easy. Count your Dunkin' Donuts money. The money when you just buy a bag of chips here and there. Where there's a will, there's a way. And I already told y'all ain't never sit up here and hear me act like I got all that. I got all it. Not increase matters, not on the weed. But you know what, though? You talking. If we going to talk increase matter, you talking. Here's the thing. Y'all ain't never hear me say, oh, I was rolling in the dough. I told y'all I work for everything I got. And I told y'all most of my life I worked 2 jobs. So I'm not just easy sitting here saying, oh, put your kid in another school. But let me tell you something. When my kid came home and told me something went down at the school, I called the school, I talked to the school, and I said what I had to say. But I didn't go up there and then roll up on nobody's kid and beating on nobody's kid. How you going to say the kid is wrong for hitting your kid, but you think you right for hitting that kid and you bringing your daughter and your son to hit him? 2 wrongs don't make a right. Felicia, your thoughts?
Ooh-wee. Good evening, everybody. You know, one thing I love about these panels is often we get to see what's in the soul of other people. Now, that piece of video you just showed was brutal.
Mm-hmm.
This wasn't some hitting. This was an assault. It was an assault conducted and led by an adult.
Oh, come on now.
And encouraged their children to do the same. I recall a story you did where the mother went down to go confront somebody. Remember, they was all sharing the boyfriend and the daughter was on the job.
Mm-hmm.
She ended up with 2 children gone, laying in the parking lot. We did that some time ago.
Yes, we did. I remember.
Right? One was trying to run up the hill. And their life was taken, and the other one was taken by the car. And she wanted to do a Sophie's Choice moment and talk about she didn't know which one to try to save.
And she went to the sun. She went to the sun.
We talk about why we're on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
People say, well, Black Americans will be permanently on the bottom. 38% of Black Americans have been incarcerated in this country. Shame on me if I bought a bus to go beat on anybody's child. And double shame on me that I take my children.
2.
Yep. I don't care if they were bullying your child and you did XYZ. Do more, but don't do that. Well, everybody can't afford a new school. Let me tell you how you do it.
Come on now, talk to the people.
Let me tell you how you do it.
Come on.
You don't pick up the phone and say, look, so-and-so kid been beating up on my kid. No, you make an appointment when you pick up that phone and say, we need to come into school and meet with the principal immediately. And then you follow up with an email saying who's coming and why we're coming. And you do a short paragraph on what happened. That's the beginning of documentation. You're going to go to the school, the principal or the social worker, they're going to say, we're going to talk to the kid, blah, blah, blah. Yes, that's great. But we want to talk to the child and their parents because we need this matter handled today. Oh, Miss So-and-so, Mr. So-and-so, we'll take care of it. Okay. You get back home, you follow up on the email. Your child tells you it didn't end. It didn't stop. The kid said something. You send a follow-up email and the next day you go with the police. Okay. You say, nope, we have a problem. No, the law enforcement can't come in here. You document that too. And then when you're done documenting that, you follow back up with your kid the next day. Did something happen? Something happened. You keep your kid out of school. You tell them, my child's not coming to school today because they're being beaten and bullied and harassed at school. We've already brought this to your attention. We are now seeking a transfer. You look at other schools, public schools, one that has a better demographic, one that has a better math and reading score. I don't have to look at this school to know what their math and reading scores are or their performance. I just looked at one of the parents. That was all I needed. And a bus driver who don't know how to close the door and protect your child on the bus. Okay? I don't have to look at data. I already know. It's a failing school. You look around, you go to the principal and you say, we're requesting an immediate transfer. And this is the reason why. And you will get it. And you go to the school of your choice and hopefully you will have a better experience there. when we talk about beating up on children because someone struck your child,
Mm.
then you wonder how I have just taught my child that violence is the answer.
Come on.
And when they become incarcerated and they're asking for money on their commissary,
Uh-huh.
you then say, look, you need to get it together. You need to do this and do that because we can't keep sending you. This is where it starts because we're not teaching resolution, critical thinking, and showing how to remove yourself from a situation that can get you locked up, get your siblings locked up, or worse, lose their lives. Now, everybody got on the bus. I don't know who was home. They might have left a pot on the stove, animals unattended, rent due. Ain't none of that happening. So your kids are in juvie, so you ain't got to worry about them getting bullied no more at school. That's it. Ain't no that situation has resolved itself. But guess what? They're now getting beaten and assaulted in a juvenile detention center.
Come on now.
But hey, some have said, no, I would have done that. No, I'm not doing that. And I pray to God that I have friends and family around me that will tell me, you ain't doing that.
Come on.
We're going another way.
Talk to the people.
I'm done.
I appreciate you. Now your kids are going to be in juvie, the two older ones.
Yeah, getting beaten and essayed, okay?
And who's going to now watch the kid that was being bullied? And where you getting all this lawyer money from? For the three of y'all. We got to start thinking. And it's wild. I know everybody, the first thing we say, everybody say, we ain't got the money. But you look at these kids, nails done, hair done, they got sneakers, they got the latest clothes. But when it comes to the schooling, there's no money. It's a woe is me. But the kid fly, getting beat up and getting traumatized after school. All right, well, then leave them at that school. Julius, your thoughts?
Hot mess all around. And it seems like a unfit mother teaching horrendous consequences. That's all I have to say.
I appreciate you. Before I move from this story, anybody else want to add anything?
You know, and if I may, I'd like to add something.
Uh-huh.
That's why they have parent associations. That's why you come in and be involved, really be involved. So that when you are in that school and you have built relationships, if you see it's not going to change, if you see the environment is that toxic, you don't stay. You find another way. And when you choose to find another way and you believe there's another way, it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But continuously sending your children into toxic, violent environments will result in them going to a juvenile detention center, being charged at 13 and 17. Because you had no other plan but to be violent. And I don't know this family, but I'm sure she beats on her own children like that. So, no, ma'am. So if they put her away and she need to go, because the chicken lady got all that time, let that mama go. I want her locked up. Yep.
And let me say this. Again, I don't know her either, but I guarantee you when the son told her the last thing that happened, she said, don't worry, I'm coming and getting on that school bus and we're going to handle it.
And they handled it. All three of them got locked up. Yeah, they handled it. It was a big win-win. That is low mentality thinking. That is the inability to process the thereafter. And if she had called me to tell me she was looking for bail or the children's in the juvie and I'm afraid, I would have said, girl, you should have been afraid before you boarded the bus and went after someone else's child and beat them to their eye is fractured and their nose is broken.
But you know what, though? Not only that, you traumatize these other kids on the bus because the other kids was begging you to stop. The other kids was begging them to stop. And one of them said, stop jumping him. Anybody else before I roll into the last story? Go ahead, MIP.
Well, obviously, she didn't handle this. Everybody keeps saying, yeah, she did these steps. Obviously, she didn't do the police step because, and I know this for a fact, I just found it out. Your kid is being bullied and the school doesn't do anything. And you go to the police. The police then goes out and gives the parent a warning. If the behavior has not corrected itself, you can issue a warrant on the parent. It is a felony now. Just word of advice for anybody out there got kids. Your kids being bullied, go to the police.
I appreciate you. Thank you for that information. This mother was wrong. It's 2 left feet, if you ask me. But I'm going to roll into our last story. And the last story, I thought, when I saw this story, I don't know, it just made me smile. I just really liked the story. And it's a guy who delivers plants for different vendors. And because he was a delivery person that didn't have a car, he would be on the train making his deliveries. And people were starting to ask him, like, can I buy that? Where'd you get it from? And that's pretty much how he got the idea to start his own business. Just a really good story. I'm just loving this story. So let me share a screen. So meet the Plant Man, turning the NYC subway into a traveling flower shop. He's turning the concrete jungle green. Nearly every night, Miguel Mike plants, Andre transforms the subway into a traveling floral shop. This is him. Let's just take a look real quick.
You've been Plant Man this year. Good price on the plants. Get your deal today. You can't beat the price. The plants looking nice. We got cut flowers and orchids. Orchids 1 for 10, 2 for 15. We'll get a bunch of flowers for $5.
If you're looking for the
Where am I at? Nearly every night, Miguel Mike plants the subway into a traveling floral shop where he hawks succulents, orchids, and even trees to strap hangers in need of plant therapy. The Bronx resident 44 is entering his 15th year as the one trains plant man, a job he said grounds him amid the chaos of the city. It's good for the body, the soul, the mind, just connecting with the plants and with people about the plants. It's an experience that is connecting with the universe. The post followed Mike Plants as he traded greens for Green Friday evening. He can make as much as $400 a night, though he happily handed out a few potted friends free of charge. I work for God. He sends them in my direction, and the energy just tells me that they really would be happy to get a plant. He said, adding that he typically seeks out those who look like they might be having a bad day or who might not be able to afford the expense of his plants. His transition into the one-trained plant man happened organically. In 2012, he was working for several shops in Midtown Floral District, often doing the heavy lifting and making deliveries. Without a car, he rallied on the subway to transport floral freight, and quickly found himself surrounded by interested strap hangers looking to buy the plants right then and there. He slowly started packing extra merchandise for his trips until it transformed into a full-blown gig. Today, he still helps those low Manhattan shops make deliveries, repot plants, and close up shop, but now he does it in exchange for a different kind of green. He asks to be paid in hundreds of dollars worth of plants, with her plants, which he then doles out on the subway. They give me orchids every day. That's my main thing. I will have a whole bunch of orchids, 30, 40 orchids, all colors. They also give me small plants, medium plants, large plants, indoor and outdoor, he said. The key is offering the plants at a reduced price. A handcrafted bouquet by him fetches $5, while a 10-foot tall tree priced in the store is up to $200, can be purchased from the Plant Man for just $50. And when he boards the train, he reminds commuters heading home, don't forget to pick up flowers for your wife. It's hard to resist. He will ride the run train for up to 3 hours every night, by which time he'll offload a majority of his inventory. The rest he sells online. By the time he is done, he takes in between $250 to $400. Although the cash is good, he said he's in it for the happiness he spreads to the community. On the train, on a train day, you will see there's like a whole bunch of people on the train. It's a lot of emotions. I could see people that they are going through stuff, and I come to them and see a certain plant light up for them, and it just picks up their spirit, he said. I have probably 30 or 40 people that come back to me saying, that time you gave me that plant, I was going through something, and it really picked me up. There's been plenty of times I give flowers to people and they just burst out crying. When he boarded the one train Friday evening, numerous trap hangers immediately pulled out their wallets and their phone cameras, and smiles spread like contagion. Of course, this has absolutely impacted my day positively. Josephine De La Rose of the Upper West Side told the Post after buying a bouquet for just $5. Camilla of the Bronx says she was ironically on her way to a 24/7 flower shop when he boarded her train. This is divine timing. It's such a unique offering to sell flowers on a train like this. It made my day. I like to see people who are finding unique ways to survive capitalism, she said, while clutching her orange and white roses. Being able to brighten people's day and provide a service is amazing. It made me very happy. Unsurprisingly, the unusual job has plenty of perks. There's been a handful of times he admittedly held up the train as he rushed to stock the car up with his vegetation. A video of the Plant Man rushing to toss a dozen trees into the train went viral last year. But fortunately, commuters were more amused than annoyed. And some even brought a tree off of him to make the load lighter for the next transport. And he says it keeps him young. People are usually shocked to find out he's 44 years old, often being mistaken for his mid-20s. It's a therapy and it's a workout. He set up his daily hauls. I just thought that was just a really, really nice story. I'm in love with him. I think it's just so nice that also too, he just, sometimes just say, hey, take this tree, have this. In my opinion, your thoughts?
It's amazing to have somebody in these times that want to do something nice for somebody and want to bring a little life to somebody else's life. And he's making a little change off of it too. I ain't mad at him. I like the business. I think it's really amazing. So I ain't mad at him.
Thank you. Hey, Wayne. Wayne, are you there? All right, I think we might have lost Wayne. Julius, your thoughts?
I'm all about spreading a little bit of joy. Good for him.
Thank you. Felicia, your thoughts? Felicia, are you still there?
Yeah, I am. Hey, Diva, I love that you did this story. I've seen him.
Yeah.
And
can you hear me?
Yes, you got to give me a minute now, Wayne. Go ahead, Felicia.
It's so true that the folks are very patient when he's loading things onto the train because, the greenery and everything comes with such a great scent. And it's a different experience. And it's like, no, we don't want the plants to get hurt. So, okay, everybody. So I noticed, though, in your article, it said he goes at night. And I gather because the trains are so crowded now. So people have to get on because, the conductor can see him.
Okay.
So the conductors must be cooperating and saying, okay, so he's doing his nightly run. So they let him come on. But thank you for sharing it. And I'm going to drop a link back in the backstage with him loading the train.
Oh, thank you. I'm gonna try to play it if you drop it soon enough. This story really touched my heart, and I'm glad you said you see him. We will talk later, because I wanna. I'm thinking about doing a little street series, and maybe I'll try to start off with 2 this year because I got to find a videographer. I would love to talk to him because I'm trying to become a plant mom. And I'm doing okay. I'm not doing bad. I'm doing okay over here. So I just thought it was such a great story. And I just love the way, he's just into just making sure people are happy. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Did you want to say something else?
I dropped the link in the back.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Wayne, your thoughts?
I'm always good for a good hustle. Because at 10 years old, I was shining shoes for a quarter.
Come on now, Wayne. Talk to the people.
And back then, of course, it was a lot safer. I would end up by the end of the day, about 10 miles away from where I lived at. Because I walked and I catch a bus, and before I knew it, I was way across town. And the only way I could get home now, I'm about 10 years old, out late. And thank goodness that the bus drivers, I think one of them had dated my sister, so they kind of knew me. So at the end of the route, the only place the bus was going was back to the car barn, where the bus depot. And they knew me, and I lived across the street, about a block from the bus station. So I always had a ride home. But I used to think, oh my God, how late that was. I'm sitting there waiting for you on the bus. But anyway, like I said, I like a good hustle. I hope if this is a business for him, I hope he getting a 1099 and filing some taxes. Because if he ain't, he just told the world, I got a job and I ain't paying no taxes. And all he needed somebody out there is just to be like, I'm going to report him. But anyway, but I like a good hustle. I hope he does well. And he could tell that, the lady who's jacked up the kid on the bus and don't want to send the kid, this man made a way out of no way.
Yes, he did. Come on now.
Look what he did. He wasn't too proud to do that. He's 44 years old. He made it happen. When you want to do, you do.
Come on, Wayne. When you want to do, you do. When you want to get your kid in a different school, you do what you got to do. Talk.
Yeah. And what she did, what they did, follow their own understanding, convince themselves that, they can go to public schools. It's nowhere in the world I would keep my child. If I had to keep him at home, I'm going to send my child to be attacked. But anyway, yeah, this guy, this is great. This is great. I hope nobody, because of the video, I hope nobody tries to, you know how people do. Kids, you see kids selling water in front of a building. And you see these Karens, oh, you're not supposed to be selling water. They ain't hurting nobody. This man's not hurting anybody. And actually, he's making people's lives better. But it's always somebody who could be jealous because you're doing something good and then want to report you. So, I hope this video doesn't give any negative effect on his life as to somebody trying to go after him. But hey, go for it.
Yes, Katrina, I'm coming to you. Wait 1 second. Felicia, now he doing too much. He doing too much in this video. I still love him, but this was too much. This him loading the train. Is it a sound on here? I don't know if there's sound. That's when he had his big trees. That is a lot, Felicia. And look how much he still got to put on. He doing too much.
Determination. Where there's a will, there's a way.
How did he even get all of that down there? Look at the people. It's like, what in the world? I still love it though. Katrina, your thoughts?
I hope some of them people ain't allergic to trees.
Gladys, I want one too.
Oh my God, baby, he got a fire. He got a forest. He bringing the forest on and on the bus. He bringing the forest to the bus. I mean, to the train. The train ain't got to go to the forest. He bringing it on now. Well, if he's spreading light, goodness, and happiness, I would prefer this story other than the other story. Like, good for him. If he making people smile, he making money on the other side of it. Good for him. Sometimes people just need to pick me up, and maybe he's the one that's doing it for him. That's all I got, Diva.
Julius, did you speak on? You spoke on this already, right? Everybody spoke. We're all good.
Yes.
Okay. All right, yo. I just thought that was a really great story. Listen, where there's a will, there's a way. It depends on what you want to do. But listen, guys, I appreciate y'all being here. I thought it was some really good stories tonight. Big U. I don't know. That's all I gotta say. Okay.
Big dummy number 2.
We're gonna see how that pans out. The mother on the school bus, I have to say this, y'all, and I know we all don't agree, but that's what happens here, right? That's why we have a healthy conversation. Sometimes we gotta agree to disagree. But I'm sorry, that mother, she a bad judgment. Bad judgment. And the Plant Man, I'm hoping I could get to meet you this summer. Anyway, guys, y'all know the routine. If you didn't hit the like button on the way in, hit the like button on the way out. Good night and goodbye, everybody. Choo choo. And a choo choo for real, because he's selling plants on the train. Bye, y'all.